Welcome to the Wisdom Audio Online Learning Series. Today we're going to show you how to set up a multi-zone system. Our first zone will have a 5.1 theater system, and then we'll have a kitchen zone that has 2 channels from a distributed audio system. And zone 3 will be our den, which will also take 2 stereo inputs, but we're going to convert that into a 2.1 output for 2 stereo speakers and a subwoofer. Before we start, I want to remind everyone that you can always check out wisdomaudio.com for lots of great information. You can scroll down to electronics and over to the SC3, which is the processor we're talking about today. You've got a gallery with different images on here, as well as resources, controller information, RS-232, the owner's manual, and also our current draw and BTU information for all of our electronics. So let's hop right in. We are already logged into our SC3. One reminder that both the SC3 and the SC2 have 16 Dirac channels. That means you can calibrate a maximum of 16 channels. Even though the SC3 has 32 outputs, there's only 16 Dirac channels. So let's hop right in. As I mentioned, this is going to be a 3-zone system. So your zones up here, you can just type in the number of zones that you want to create. Say create, you're going to be able to create those zones. So zone 1 is going to be our theater zone. Zone 2 will be our kitchen stereo zone. And zone 3 is going to be our den 2.1 zone. I'm going to save those changes, and then we're going to hop over to our inputs. Now, the number of inputs I need to create are based on the number of input signals I have coming in. So for my theater, it's a 5.1 theater, so I'm going to create 6 inputs for that. My kitchen has 2 inputs from a distributed audio system, so 2 more for that. That's 9. My kitchen system has 2 distributed audio channels coming in, so that's 8. And my den also has 2 distributed audio channels coming in, which makes up for a total of 10 input channels that we will need to create. So I can go up here, I can just type in 10, create inputs, and that will create all of my inputs. Now here I'll go through, I'm going to label each one of these for my theater zone, and then we will do the distributed audio zones next. So here's my subwoofer. Now 7 and 8, that is my kitchen. So I'm going to call this the distributed audio kitchen left. Distributed audio kitchen right. Then this will be distributed audio den left, distributed audio den right. So I've got all my inputs set up here. Now this is where in our channels we're going to assign everything to the correct zones and the correct speakers. So here, the channels again, remember these are your Dirac channels. So we've got our theater zone, which has a left, right, center, left rear surround, right rear surround, and a subwoofer channel. Always have to make sure we tell the subwoofer channel that it is a subwoofer. Now we're in our distributed audio. And here we've got our kitchen. So this one is going to be the kitchen stereo zone. This is where you want to change your zone. We haven't done any Dirac yet, so this doesn't matter. The next one is also our kitchen stereo zone. Now we've got our distributed audio den. So our distributed audio den zone. And because we've got a subwoofer in the den, we're going to add 1 more channel, and it will be a subwoofer, and I'm going to just call it the den subwoofer. And it will be taking its signal from the distributed audio den left and the distributed audio den right. So we're going to create a subwoofer channel from our two stereo left and right inputs from our distributed audio system. Now I can save these changes. We're going to hop over to speakers, and I have to add in my 10 speakers, actually 11 speakers because we have our subwoofer in the den. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're just going to go down here. I'm actually going to put the input channels over here so that when I go to name my speakers, I'm just going to keep that consistent with what's written over on the side over here. Just write down the order. So we can continue to add in the rest of our speakers in here. We've got a distributed audio kitchen left, our distributed audio kitchen right. Here we've got our den left, den right, and then of course our den subwoofer. Now what I'd like to do is we're going to name all of our speakers. So we're just going to make these the same as the speakers we have listed for our input channels. Our left rear surround, our right rear surround, our subwoofer, and our theater. Now we're going to move into our distributed audio zone. We're going to move to our two distributed audio zones, which is our kitchen left and kitchen right. And our den system. And our den subwoofer. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to assign all of my speakers and their output channels. This is a L8 eyes are on my 3 LCRs. So I've got 3 L8 eyes in here. And those are my left, center, right. Left rear surround is a P6, and my right rear surround is also a P6i. Subwoofer in this particular system is a S90 in-wall subwoofer. Our kitchen distributed audio zone, we have a pair of ICS7As in the ceiling. And in our den system, we actually have a pair of L75 on wall, L75 on wall. And for the subwoofer, we're using a S90 in-wall subwoofer in our den. Now the output ports, these are your XLR outputs that you'll be running to the amplifiers off the back of the SC3. So these are just right in order, right down the back, using one of our custom Wisdom Audio XLR WWK-BB3 wire kits that are specifically designed for the SC3. So we're using those. They are all labeled. We're just matching those right up on the outputs to the inputs of the amplifiers. Now the L75 is a biamped speaker. We already picked the variant that it has. The system already knew that there was a variant. We're using the on-wall version, which has a slightly different equalization curve than the in-wall or the freestanding does. And here you can see we have a low frequency output and a high frequency output. So we're using outputs number 9 and number 10. The Sage Series L75, the high frequency driver is inverted out of phase, and it automatically knows this in the system, so you don't have to do anything with the outputs on here. It will automatically do that for you. And then finally, our subwoofer driver is the output number 13. Now the last thing that we have to do, because this is a distributed audio system in our den that's using a stereo full range input, remember earlier we created a separate subwoofer output channel from 2 stereo full range input channels. The one thing that we will need to do, however, is add a crossover in for our distributed audio left and right channels in our den system. And that's very simple to do. We have a separate training video on how to do that. You can look that up on our YouTube channel. But I'm going to quickly show you that you just click on Advanced Controls. You can see here that the L75 is currently programmed to run full range all the way down and all the way up. So what we're going to do is go into our user EQ filters and create a subwoofer crossover. So I'm going to cross them over at 80 hertz, and we're going to make a high pass second order Butterworth crossover. You can see right there the filter starts at 80, and at 40 hertz we're about 12 dB down. So I want to make that a little bit steeper, and so I'm going to create a second high pass second order Butterworth filter also at 80 hertz. So now what I've done is I've just made that crossover slope much steeper than it was. So I'm going to do this also for my my right L75. Do the exact same thing, a high pass, 80 hertz, second order Butterworth filter. I'm going to put one of those on each of these right here. Now I've created that same crossover. And as you can see on the subwoofer on the S90, we've already programmed in our PEQ has automatically set a high pass and a low pass crossover for the S90, which requires a bandpass filter network on there. So you can adjust this later if you'd like. So just click on speaker testing, and I'll just start on my left channel and just hit pink noise. So this is my theater zone. This is my distributed audio kitchen left, kitchen right, and distributed audio den left and right of my subwoofer. So I can just walk through each one of these and just make sure I've got sound where their sound's supposed to be. I'm going to click back on normal operation, and always remember before you leave this page, enable all. At this point, you're ready to calibrate your 3 different zones and open up DRAC Live and make your system sound great.